Good morning students. Once again welcome back to computer science class. Today here I am going to explain you about special control statements. These special control statements Okay, already I have explained control statements. Control statements are of two types. One is a conditional and the second one is a iterative. Okay, using a control statement, a conditional statement, you can implement a condition. Means if you want to execute any statement based on the condition, then we will use the conditional statements. But if you want to execute the block of statements repeatedly until the given condition is false, then we will go to the iterative statements. Again in control statements, if, switch. Again in iterative statements, while, for, do while, for loop. That part already we have completed. Other than that, if you have any special control statements, that we will discuss now. So in C programming, other than that control statements, here we have some special control statements that are, the first one is break, the second one is continue, the third one is go to, and the fourth one is return. Okay, so break statement. See, actually what is a break statement? Break statement already I have explained in a switch case. Okay, in switch statement already I have explained the break statement. What is the use of the break there? Using a break statement, after executing a block, that case block, we are terminating so that the control goes to the next statement after the switch. Okay, means after executing that case block, we are terminating the control, and the control goes back to means it will go to the statement which is after the switch. Okay, means actually what is the use of the loop break is here is it will terminate the block. Okay, where it is defined. Okay, whenever the condition is true and whenever the block of statements executed, and after that if you have given the break statement, what happened? After the break in that loop or in that block, whatever statements are there that will not be executed, immediately control goes to the next statement which is immediately after that block. Okay, so here I will give you one example. What is the break statement is? See, I am writing a simple program. Hash include standard input and output header file, void main function. Here int I am giving. It's a variable, and I am using this in a while loop. While I less than or equals to 5. Then what happened? While is I value is printed. Printf %id I. Okay, I think you all know this. Then here, when actually what is my loop, my condition here is I want to print values 1 to 5. Up to 5 I want to print. Actually 5 values are there and I want to print 5 values. Example, if I want to check whether I equals to 3 is there or not. I have 5 values. In that 5 values, I want to check whether 3 is there or not. If 3 is there, I don't want to execute the remaining part. I want to skip the part. See, for this I will give you a simple example. You have 1,000 accounts in the bank. I want to check account number 99. If 99 is there, I want to check the remaining part. I don't want to check the remaining part. Means when I find this I equals to 99, account equals to 99, I don't want to search for further. I don't want to print the further account numbers. What I want to search actually, 99 is there or not, I want to search. Whenever I found this 99, immediately I want to stop that execution. I want to go to the next statement. Then there I can use the break statement. Here you see. If I equals to 3, break. That's it. Understand? Here I value, first I value equals to 1 I am giving. 1 less than or equals to 5, condition is true, 1 is printed. 1 equals to 3, false. Again, here I value is incremented. Sorry, here I have not given a. Okay, I is incremented. What is I value? 2. 2 less than or equals to 5, condition is true. Then 2 is printed. Again 2 is compared with 3, no. So next after the break, here actually you can give this. After printing, I want to increment. If I equals to 3, break. See here, I is printed. After that, I value is 2. 2 less than or equals to 3. Condition is false. Again, it will check the condition. It means 2 less than or equals to 5. Condition is true. It is printed. It is incremented now. I value is 3. 3 equals to 3. Condition is true. Then break is executed. If break is executed, the remaining part is not executed. Okay. So 4, 5 is not printed. Only 1, 2, 3 is printed. Whenever control comes to I equals to 3, when the condition is true, here the break is executing. Break is executing means in the loop, the remaining part is not executed. Immediately control comes to this part here. Here it will come. Understood? This is a break. Okay. So here first I want to give the syntax for the break. Syntax. Only break, semicolon. You write this, break, semicolon. So wherever you want to implement the condition in the loop or in the switch statement, there you write the break. So what happened when the condition is true? Then immediately after that break statement, whatever statements are there in that block that will not be executed, controls comes out of that block. And statements which are immediately after the block will be executed. Okay. So here what happened? We are not printing numbers from 1 to 10. 1 to 5 I am not printing here. Whenever I value equals to 3, whenever I equals to 3, I want to terminate. But actually whatever possibilities are there, 5 numbers are there. In that 5, 3 is there or not, I want to check. So that condition I have given. If I equals to 3, then terminate the loop. That is the break. Right. Now, we'll go to the continue. Actually, continue is opposite to the break. See example, I am searching account number, particular account number means few numbers in the bank, few account numbers in the bank. So whenever I will get my number, I want to skip. Okay, whenever my number comes, I want to skip only my number and I want to execute the remaining numbers. See, I am searching account numbers 1 to 100, 1 to 100. My number is 60 example. Only this 60 I don't want to execute. Remaining 1 to 59 and 61 to 100 I want to execute. Only one statement I want to skip. The remaining as it is I want to execute. But that is possible by using a continue. Okay. In a break, when the condition is true, the remaining part is not executed. But in continue, when the condition is true, only the next immediate execution, immediate statement will be skipped and the remaining part is executed as it is. Okay. So, in break what happened when the condition is true, whatever statements are there after that means in the loop or in the block, after the condition is true, then what happened? The statement will not be executed. But in case of continue, what happened? If the condition is true, the statement which is immediately after that condition will be skipped and the remaining is executed as it is. So here I will give you one example. Here I am giving continue. In place of break I am giving a continue. So when you give the continue, then what happened? I equals to 3. Only if I equals to 3, condition is true, that iteration will be skipped and the remaining part is executed. Okay, see here here while here I am giving a condition. If I equals to 3, continue. Next, printf certainly I. So what happened? I value equals to 1. First, basically 1 less than or equals to 5. Condition is true. Then we will come to the body of the loop. Inside the body of the loop, I have given the condition 1 equals to 3. Condition false. So statement immediately after the continue will be executed. Next, here I am incrementing. Now I value equals to 2. 2 less than or equals to 5. Condition is true. Then again we are checking the condition. Condition is false. 2 is printed. Now I is incremented. Now what is I value? 3. 3 less than or equals to 5. Condition is true. Will come to the body of the loop. 3 equals to 3. Condition is true. Then continuous statement will be executed. Continuous statement is executed means only this part is skipped. Immediately after that. Again I is incremented. I value is 4. 4 less than 5. Condition is true. Here 4 equals to 3 is not true. Then again 4 is printed. 5 is printed. Only 3 will be skipped. Okay, so using the continue, actually what happened is the statement which is immediately after the continuous statement only skipped. The remaining will be executed as it is. Okay, what example I have given in the bank? If 100 accounts are there, my account number is 60. I don't want to print only my account number information. The remaining accounts information I want to print. Only one part you are skipping. When I equals to 60, then continue. The next it won't print the information. It is increment. It will go to the next account. Okay. So for continue, the syntax is this. Continue wherever you want to give the you can give continue semicolon. Okay. Take screenshot of this and example program also you have to write in the exam. Here, the next statement is a go to statement. Go to. Actually, what is a go to statement is? See here, in a go to statement, we won't implement any condition actually. Go to statement, what is the use of the condition is? Here, using a go to statement, the control jumps from one place to another place. Okay, so here what we do is we use one identifier. And if any condition or so actually what happened in go to statement, it moves the control, it jumps the control from one place to another place. Means you can move from one part of the program to another part of the program. See here, I'll give you one syntax I will give. See here, first we'll give the label. Okay, what is the label here is? One label is there. Label is anything. Label. And here we have a statements. Example. Next, I will give the condition. Next, go to the label. Okay, go to label. So, if here I am giving a label, here is nothing but the name. Next, whatever statements are there, that will be executed. Here, condition I am giving. If the condition is true, then what happened? Go to label. Means if this condition is true, the control moves from this place to this one. Because I am directing the control to go to label. Means it should move from the current place to the label what I have given. Okay, so it will move from the current place to the place where I have given the label. Okay, that is the go to statement. Here, I will give the condition. If the condition is true, I will direct the control to move to a particular position, particular place. So, if the control, if you want to control to go to the particular place, you need to give the label. So, that is nothing but the label. Next, statements. After that, I am giving a condition. Next, go to label. If the condition is true, then it should go to the label. Okay. So, what happened? Just we are moving control from one place to another place. But where you are directing, no? So, where that control should go, that label, that identifier, you should give. See here, I will explain the example program. standard input and output identified. Void main enter I equals to 1. Next, after that, I am printing the I value. Printf %d I. So I is printed on the output screen. After that, I am incrementing I plus plus. Now I equals to 2. Okay. Now I am checking the condition. If I value greater than 5 or less than 5. If I value greater than 5, sir. Greater than 5. Just a minute. We'll take the prompt from a user. Just a minute. First we'll take a prompt from a user so that you can easily understand. Same only. See. Here, there I have not given the label, no? Enter I equals to 1. Next, after that what I am doing is, I am creating a label. Count. This is a label, or you can give anything. Here, you should give a label. Next, printf %d I am printing. Okay. So after that, I am incrementing a value I plus plus. Understood? So now what is the I value? 2. Now I am giving a condition here. If I value less than 5, I value less than 5, go to count. Here, first you see here, what is I value? 1. Next, I am giving a label. This is called as a label. I am giving a name, identifier to a particular block. Next, in this block, what I am giving is printf %d, I. So here I am printing 1. Next, I am printing next I am incrementing. Now what is I value? 2. If 2 less than 5, if 2 less than 5, 2 is less than 5, condition is true, then go to count. Means control should to move from this particular place to the count. Okay, again here, printf %d, 2 is printed, 2 is incremented by 1, 3 less than 5, condition is true. Again it should go to the count. Every time when I value is 5, this condition is false. Okay, because I have given I less than 5. Right? Understood? So this is a count go to statement. Go to means it allows the programmer to move a controller from one place to another place. But where the control should go, you should give the label. This is called as a label. This is also called as an identifier. Identifier means this name is given by the user. And if the condition is true, the control move from this place to the label. Go to label. This label should be same. Even upper cases, lower cases should not change. Here if you have given count in a lower case, here also you should give in a lower case only. You are not supposed to change the case also. Okay. So I equals to 1. Next count. This is a label. In this label, these two statements I have written. It is I value is printed. Next I is incremented. Next I will check the condition. If the condition is true, then control move from the current place to the label. Okay. So this is about go to statement. Next we will discuss about the return statement. So here the next statement is the return statement. Actually, what is the return statement is, in C programming structure already I have explained sub functions and the main sub function means the main function. Sub functions are different, main functions are different. Means in the main function, if you want to subdivide the whatever task is there into a different sub programs, then here you can use the function statement. Okay. Example, here we see hash include stdio.h void main. Example, this is a main function. Here I am giving one variable, declaring one variable int a. And instead of declaring a value, a equals to, here what I am doing is sum 10, 20. Okay, and I am printing a sum. What is this sum? I will explain now. A. Now I am closing the main function. So you may get a doubt, where is the sum and from where we are printing. Okay, so after closing the main function, here what I am doing is, here I am writing a one function, sum int a comma b. Example, int a comma int b. Here c equals to a plus b I am giving, and return c. Example, this is a code. Actually what this code is, this is called as a user defined function, sub function. When you want to divide the program, total program, into a number of parts, you can take the help of the functions. So here sum. So when control comes to this line, so immediately control goes to the sum function and it will substitute the value a equals to 10, b equals to 20. Then it will execute c equals to a plus b and it will return that c to a. Okay, it will return back. Here this main is called as a calling function, because from the main function we are calling the sum function. Okay, so this is called as a called function and this is called as a calling function. So in this case what happened, if program contains thousands of lines, 1,000 lines of code, then whatever total program is there, that is divided into different parts. Example, here I have program written for addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Instead of writing all the arithmetic functions in a one program, you can write that functions in the that program in the form of function. So whichever function you want to execute, you can call only that function. See example, here you have 4 functions: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Only I want to execute addition, I don't want to execute the subtraction. So you no need to execute that. Whichever function you are calling, only that part will be executed, the remaining will be skipped. Okay, so here what happened, actually function is a block of statements and that block is written for performing some task. So if you need that task, then only you can execute that function. If you don't want that task, you no need to execute that function. Okay, so when you are writing functions in your program, then we'll call the functions from a main function. So when the function you are calling, then it will return some value to the main program using a return statement. Okay, so return statement, actually what is the use of return statement is, return statement is used to return some value from the function, from the user defined function, from the sub function to the main function. Okay, that is the return statement. Okay, what is the return statement? Return statement is used to return the result of the function from called function to calling function. It will return back some value. Okay, that is the use of the return statement. The syntax is return semicolon. Okay, so example, I am taking an attendance. I am calling one student. Example, so I am calling function, you are called function. So you are giving back some answer like yes. That is nothing but a return. Okay, so that sub function result is returned to a main function, calling function, using a return statement. Okay, when you will come to a function concept, again I will explain this return statement in detail. Okay, so this is about special control statements in C programming. So what special control statements we have? Break, which is used to terminate the loop when the condition is true. Means it will terminate that particular block when the condition is true. You can use this break statement inside the loop and inside the switch statement. Now continuous statement. Continuous statement is used to skip only one particular statement and it will execute the remaining part as it is. Okay. Now come to the go to statement. Go to statement is a jumping statement which allows the control to move from one section of the program to the another section of the program. But which section you want to moves the control, then you need to give the label to that section. That is a go to. And return statement. What is a return statement? This return statement is used to return some value from sub function to the main function whenever it is called. Okay. Thank you. This is about your special control statement.